Hi, everyone. This is Kim Hishka. Thanks so much for giving me just a couple of minutes to tell you a little bit more about Dialogue Partners and some of the work that we do. I wanted to start here by saying that we wholeheartedly believe that just about anything is possible with a little bit of dialogue. It's been our experience that science and technology have the ability to solve many of the challenges that we're facing, and yet there's all sorts of opportunities and changes and hurdles that we need to get over that aren't going to be solved with technology, that aren't going to be solved with science, that are only going to come to resolution by bringing a bunch of different people together who have different perspectives and being able to have a conversation about it and wrestle with the pros and the cons and the trade-offs and figure out ways to move forward together. It's why I'm drawn to this work in public engagement. It's why I feel very lucky to be a part of the work that we do, because for many of the challenges that we're facing, there are no simple solutions, and it requires a number of people to come together to figure out the best way to move forward. I wanted to give you just a couple of ideas around what are some of the outcomes that we're hoping to leave you with as a result of working together with us. We want to ensure that when this process is all said and done, that people feel acknowledged, that they feel heard, that they feel validated, that there's no sense of tokenism or that we were just working through a checkbox process, that they were a part of a really important process and that their voice mattered and contributed to coming up with some long-term solutions. We also want to make sure that you as an organization, as decision makers, you've got the data that you need, the feedback that will help you wrestle with some of the different choices that are in front of you, and that will create that space to bring together the technical know-how together with the lived experience and wisdom of community members and put those pieces together to come up with some long-lasting solution for your recreation centers, for your parks, and for the facilities that you're going to be talking about. And we also want you to know that, or we want you to have comfort that all of the work that we do is grounded in best practice. So we believe and regularly work with IAP2, so the International Association of Public Participation, and we're constantly looking to what else is going on in the field of public engagement. How else can we be bringing new innovative practices to make sure that we're always on the leading edge of bringing people together to talk about the hard stuff and figuring out what we're going to do with that input and feedback afterwards. I'm going to finish off by sharing not just the outcomes that we're going to have, but what are the opportunities for public engagement to impact the bigger system that we live in. And so here's what we're hoping we might be able to bring is that we want to make sure that each and every conversation that we have with people builds their capacity to have conversations. Most of us were not born knowing how to have hard conversations, and unless you talked about it in your family or in your school, and many of us don't, we actually don't really know how to do that. And so I think there's an opportunity for the town to step into that space to build people's capacity to have hard conversations. We also want to ensure that any of our engagement processes are constantly thinking about how do we build trust? How do we build relationships with the people that we're serving so that we can continuously work together to build the kind of town that we all want to live in? And then finally, as a result of having these hard conversations, that you'll have the momentum, that you'll have the energy to create the positive change that you want to see. So I'll finish there, and thank you very much for the opportunity to share just a little bit more, and I wish you all the best of luck in this conversation. Cheers.